How to win at everything, the winning hack, right? You might have, when you clicked on this video, you probably thought this is clickbait. No, it's not. This is actually how to win at everything and how to win at life in general. When I say life, I mean every sector. I mean fitness, I mean family, I mean finance, making money, friends, everything, faith, everything. So, this is how you get your life together so that you win at everything. Firstly, you work out what it is you do in each sector. So, we'll just use money for the sake of this video because I don't want to make this 2 hours because no one's going to watch it, right? So, we'll use money. Let's say you have a business right now, right? And this isn't anything like this is the best business model, this is the best tactic, hacks, tricks, tips, join my course. No, none of that bollocks, right? This is just pure value and it's just pure action steps. So you can take away from this video, you can write exactly what I say at the end of this video and you can start applying it and you'll see the winning effect take place immediately. Like literally the same day, you could probably make an extra $1,000, $2,000, depending on the business model you have. So let's say you're in sales, or let's say you're a copywriter, or let's say you're a web designer. The point is, it doesn't matter what business you do. You have a set of tasks, or you should have a set of tasks that you do every single day. Now, this is number one. This is step number one at winning in this thing, right? Is first of all, you need to have a set of tasks that you do every single day. What this allows you to do is work out the input needed for a certain amount of output. Let me slow down and rewind and explain what that means. That means if I'm in sales and I'm a cold caller, if I do 100 cold calls, I need to work out what my pickup rate is, what my appointment ABR, right, appointment booking rate is. The reason why I know this is because I'm in sales myself, right? What my closing rate is, how many of those calls transfer into appointments, how many of those appointments turn into sales, how much money do I make from the sales, so that then I can work out how much each cold call is worth. And then I can also work out, if I do 100 cold calls, on average, how many sales am I going to get, right? So then I know that it's actually worth it. So first thing you do to win at everything is you write down 5 daily tasks that you do every single day. You only start with 5 because you don't want to overcomplicate things. You want to start a little bit slower, not slower, but you want to start smaller, and then you want to build up as we go through, the weeks, the months, etc., etc. So 5 tasks that you do every single day. So let's say I'm in sales. One of them could be send 100 DMs on Instagram with outreach, right? And then I've got an outreach template. I send it to 100 people. The second one could be cold call 500 people, right? Whatever. Cold call 50 people, let's say. Let's keep it simple. Cold call 50 people. Then post 1 YouTube video, post 3 TikToks, and post 5 Instagram stories. Let's say those are my 5 tasks. I do those for 3 days. So this is anywhere from 3 days to 1 week. So 3 to 7 days. Let's just keep it simple. Let's just say 1 week. I do these tasks every single day for 1 week. Once I've done these tasks, I then see the output. I see what I've actually gained. So first of all, if I'm in sales, I'll work out how many sales have I actually got, right? I've done these daily tasks. I've done these 5 daily tasks that I'm going to do every single day. What output did I get? Now, if the output isn't satisfactory or even progressing towards your goal, then it's useless, and we're going to go into that in a second. However, you need to work out what your goal is. I should have probably said that first, but this is unscripted. I'm not going to edit anything. So, and let me know, by the way, if you like these unedited or if you want me to be a bit fancy and edit things. I mean, I'm probably not going to do it anyway, but I do what I want when I want. But, it would be nice to hear some feedback. So, I need to have a goal. What is your goal in your business? Is it to make 10K a month? Is it to make 5K a month? Is it just to make 3K a month just so that you can quit your job and replace your job with this side hustle, right? Whether it's reselling, sales, whatever. So, first we have a goal. Then you do these 5 daily tasks every single day for 1 week. After you've done it for 1 week, you work out whether you're satisfied with the amount of progress you've made towards that goal in 1 week's time, right? So if you want to make 10K a month, if in 1 week you make 3K, don't be disheartened. Don't be like, shit, oh no, what am I going to do? Oh, I've only made 3K. All right, scrap this. Boom, I'm going back to the job. No, don't be an idiot, right? No, of course not. Don't do that. However, what you do want to do is you do want to be like, okay, I made only $100. That's not enough, right? I want to make 10K a month. This is going to take me like 10 months to get there. I'm not satisfied with that. So then you scrap this and we go into that in the next stage, right? However, let's say you do this and you work out your 5 daily tasks and you do this every single day for 1 week. And by the way, this only counts if you actually do it every single day for 1 week. Like, you can't lie to yourself. If you do 4 out of 5 tasks every day, it doesn't count. You got to do 5 tasks. Just set them out, work out what you think is important. Now, if you do this for every single day for 1 week and you do make, let's say, 5K and you want to get to 10K in a month, then you're already on track to make 20K a month because you made 5K in 1 week. Right? But let's say, as I was saying, right, your goal is 10K a month. Let's say you make 2.5K. That's perfect because now you're literally on track to do 10K a month. And then obviously as you improve and increase your goal, then boom, you can increase the input. So second of all, boom, now you've worked out the daily tasks. Now you're kind of happy. Maybe you're unsatisfied. Maybe like, this is shit, right? I've literally got 0 sales. This is useless. It's not working. Now, once you work out it's not working, or it's not working as good as you want it to work. And by the way, if it is working, well then boom, you might as well click off this video because you're already there, right? And then just carry on doing this. But anyway, actually don't click off. There's something important. But yeah, so right, let's say it's not working. Then you work out, okay, why is it not working? Number one, it could be a lack of volume, meaning instead of getting 10 sales, you only got 1 sale. Meaning if you just 10x the input, you're going to get the output. But let's say you got 0 sales and you did all of those 5 daily tasks. Well, then the tasks you're doing aren't important enough. So work out, it's called first principle, I think. Yeah, first principle, where you work it out from the back. Which means, let's say you're in sales or reselling, whatever, right? Let's say you're in sales. The top of the funnel is that you get paid. That's where you get paid. So just work it out. Okay, the next thing is appointments. How do I get appointments? Just work it out. How do I usually get appointments? Whether it's cold calls. Okay, cool. Well, then let's do cold calls. Let's try this script. Let's try this script. Let's try this script. The key to winning in anything in life is doing a bunch of action, then analyzing, and then improving. Action, analyzing, improving. Oh, I like to say action, analyzing, adapting, because then it's AAA. The 3 A's. This is a secret to winning in anything in life. Because let's say you do a bunch of action and you do a bunch of cold calls and you get 0 responses. Well, then you analyze. You see, I've got 0 responses. So then you improve. So you change the script a little bit. Now let's say you get 1 response. That's still not enough. So what do? You go back, you do a bunch of action on that 1 response, and then you improve. You change the script a bit, then you get 5 responses, then you get 10 responses, until you build your way up until where you want to be, and then you just increase it even more as your goal increases, or goal changes, right? So your goal is 10K a month. Boom, sales. Right, okay, how do I actually get to 10K a month, right? What is Michael talking about? By the way, my name is Michael if you didn't know, right? So, how do you do it? Well, you do action, analyze, adapt. Literally the key to life, literally the key to winning is action, analyze, adapt. If you do this, like, there's no secret. It's not like a fancy niche or a fancy tactic on cold calls. No, like, it's not like do this business model. No, this is just the key to like winning in anything. Whether you're in a race, right? Let's say you're in a race. Let's not even forget about money for a moment. Let's say you're in a race and you're racing 5 other people. Right, you do the action, boom, you finish the race, you come last. Well, then you analyze. Why did I come last? Okay, because they train more. Okay, why else did I become last? Oh, because my genetics aren't good. Whatever, right? Okay, why else did I? And obviously, focus on the controllables. So if it's like something like genetics, or you're in school so you just don't have enough time, forget about that. Work out what else is holding you back, because you can't change that. Right, so control the things that you can change. Okay, cool. He trained more than me. He trained for longer than me. He did a different training plan. My guy, my trainer, he was fat. Why was I even listening to him? He was useless. I should have been with that trainer. So then, boom, you improve. How do you improve? Well, what is it? Action, analyze. Yeah, so you've analyzed, adapt. How do you adapt? Well, boom, you start working with that trainer, right? Then you start eating this meal plan. Then you start doing this training plan, etc., etc. Now you're improving. Now you're adapting. And next time you go for a race, you might come 4th instead of 5th. And the next time you'll come 3rd. And next time you'll come 2nd until you come 1st. And if you're still not coming 1st, then the actions you were doing and the actions you were changing weren't the right actions to change, or you need to increase more changes. So let's say right now you're in sales, right? And you follow this. By the way, you need to actually follow this. This isn't some video that you just watch and then you go on to the next video and then you're lazy and then you're stupid, whatever. No. This is actually things you need to actually do, because it's going to improve your life. And you only live once, so you might as well try your best to improve your life before you're 90 years old and you regret your whole life. Right, anyway. Let's say right now you do those cold calls and you write down those 5 tasks and you get 0 responses. You get like 0 output. You make 0 money. Well, then you know the thing you're doing isn't right. So then you just change the actions and you change it a couple of times. It's like working out a code to a vault, right? You're trying to break into a bank, or you're trying to break into someone's vault, right? You've just robbed a house. You're trying to break in. You're trying to work out the codes. If you don't switch the codes, you're not going to get anywhere, and you're never going to get the code right. By just sitting there watching the code, it's not going to change by itself. You need to change it, meaning you need to change the actions to get the money, to get the result. Literally get the money. In a vault, there's money. How am I going to get the money? By changing the code until I work out the right code. How am I going to do that? By constantly changing it, by constantly doing action, by constantly analyzing whether it's the right result, and by constantly adapting and changing and improving and improving and improving. And finally, After 5,466 tries of breaking the vault, you finally break in and now you've got the money. Exactly the same thing with this. After 5,000 different tries, you finally got the result. Another mindset shift to have is that you're 30 failures away from success, meaning fail more. No one in this world that's not winning fails enough. No one in this world that's not winning fails enough. Everyone in this world that's winning fails loads. Elon Musk, how many times did he fail? I think it was three rocket launches, right? He did 3 rocket launches. It costed him like, I don't know if it was millions, but it was certainly like hundreds of, actually I do know. It was millions because I've read his biography, right? It costed him millions. Everyone's telling him to quit. And then finally on the 4th rocket launch, by the way, a rocket launch isn't something you can just do in a day. Right? It literally takes years of practice and he's insane. But anyway, on the 4th one, it finally worked. Imagine he had just stopped on the 3rd one. He'd be like, all right, I've had enough. Let's go back to Tesla. Let's not focus on SpaceX. He wouldn't have got there. Everyone's the same. Every great person has failed loads. Mo Farah, all these people have failed. In fact, a prime example is Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou, literally, I think it was 5 or 6 times. I can't remember. He was on a Joe Rogan podcast. He spoke about it. 5 or 6 times. I think it was 5. He tried to basically leave the country as an illegal immigrant, right, into a different country and break over the US border. Or I think it was Mexico, actually. Break over the Mexico border. All 5 times. Well, all the first 4 times he tried, the police just stopped him and they took him back. I think he got fined. Maybe he got put in jail for a little bit. I can't remember the exact consequences. But anyway, he failed. Then finally, the 5th time, he went and he finally made it across. And then he slept in the gym for like a whole year. He worked his ass off. And now, boom, he's in the UFC earning millions. That is how you get to that stage. Same with Ronaldo. Same with everyone. Everyone you look at that's successful, everyone you look at like, I want to have his life. They failed a bunch of times. They failed so much more times than the losers. The losers never fail. This is the average people. This is the 9-to-5ers that just go around their life on the mediocre. And by the way, I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just saying they never fail. But you don't want to have a life like that. Then why don't you fail more? Fail more. That is literally the number one. I heard a billionaire saying this. He got asked, what's the number one advice? And he just said, fail more. Just fail more. Try and fail. Like with this cold calling, with this sales stuff, it's not going to be easy. I'm not telling you, I said life hack, but it's not something easy. It's not a hack you can click your fingers and boom, you've got the output. No, it's something hard. It's something strenuous. It's something that's going to take a lot of time. Something that's going to take a lot of tenacity. You're going to have to go every single day. You're going to have to be relentless. You're going to have to be ruthless. There's going to be certain people that you call with the cold calls and they're just going to say F off and boom, you get hanged up on. Yeah, and this is how it is. And then as you fail more and more and more, you adapt. Like, this is the key. A lot of people do a lot of action, but they never analyze. 9-to-5ers, they do quite a lot of action. Every single day, they're doing the same 9-to-5 job. That is a lot of action, right? Maybe their first hour of the shift is being a waiter. Their second hour is washing up. Their third hour is tidying things. Then the 4th hour, I don't know, they work an Amazon Prime job, delivery drivers. I don't know, whatever they do quite a lot of action throughout the day. It's not like they're not doing enough action. The difference is between them and the rich people is that they don't analyze. They never sit there and be like, okay, I've been doing this for 10 years. Do I really enjoy this? Not really. I mean, it's not the worst job in the world. It could be worse, but I don't really enjoy it. Do they ever think about that? No, not really. I mean, maybe subconsciously, but they never actually change. That's the third thing, right? You've got action. Everyone does action. Even losers do action. The difference between losers and winners is what they do in the second 2 stages. Then a lot of people analyze. Quite a few 9-to-5ers analyze. I think there's a couple people who, well, not a couple, maybe like 15 or 20% of 9-to-5ers who kind of look and do realize, like, I'm getting scammed. This isn't fair. That guy over there is making 100K a month. He's 16 years old. That guy over there is 15 years old. He's making 10K a month. He's making more than I make. Boom, boom, boom. He's working less hours, whatever. They look and they realize, like, they're kind of getting scammed. And they realize something. Like, they look, they could smell it in the air. Right? They realize something's wrong. But they don't do the third part. They don't then adapt. They don't then change. And that's the same with you. And this isn't supposed to be a motivational talk. That's why I want to give you the exact action steps. So today, what do? Write down the 5 tasks you need to do for a business. Let's say you don't have a business. Let's say you're completely stupid and you've never started a business. Well, not completely stupid, just unexperienced and you've never started a business. Well, then the first task is doing a business. Just starting a business. And you've got to do it today. Don't pick the perfect business model. There is none. There is no perfect business model. I do recommend some, of course. I am biased towards some. So just choose any of these that I'm about to say. Sales. Now, when I say sales, you're like, okay, what even is that? Either become an appointment setter or a closer. There's thousands of YouTube videos on both. You can work out exactly what they mean. It's quite simple, right? Sales is number one. I'd say that's the best one, but it's up to you. Number two could be copywriting. This means find out, right? I'm not going to speak about all these things. Copywriting. That's one of them. Number three, just start a personal brand. Now, this isn't specifically a business, but you can start a business on the back end after like a month or two of building a personal brand. This can be a YouTuber, Instagram Reels, TikTok, whatever. Just search it up. Those three are probably the best, I'd personally say. What else have we got? Dropshipping, I really wouldn't recommend it. I'm sorry to all those dropshippers, but I've done it before. To be fair, you can make decent money. I just find it really boring, very unfulfilling. You're literally just copy and pasting a lot. You're just copy and pasting images. I don't know. Anyway, what I do know, it's just stupid in my opinion. But one of those three, just choose one of those and start. That's your first task. Your first task is start. And you might say, what's starting? Okay, well, you can work it out, right? I don't need to tell you the exact things. You're not an idiot, right? You should work it out. If you already tapped on this video, you're the type of person who can work things out. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. Otherwise, you'd just be stuck at the job or stuck at what you were doing before. So, work it out, right? Okay, what's the first step? Oh, well, the first step is watching a YouTube video on what it is so that you can write it down and you can work out what you actually need to do. The second step is working out the exact actions you actually need to do to start a business, right? Maybe it could be, it's not starting a website, but that could be one of the ones. Starting a website, posting your first YouTube video, editing your first video if you want a video editor, whatever. Oh yeah, by the way, that's one other thing. Service-based businesses, so that can be a video editor, copywriter, whatever. Landing pages, you create landing pages, you're a ghostwriter on Twitter, whatever. Anyway, those are some businesses you can start if you're confused. If you already have a business, don't choose one of those. Just stick with what you've got. Even if I don't know. Okay, even if you got dropshipping, just go with it. So, what do? You work out the 5 action steps that you need to do every single day. You try those action steps for 1 week. Now, if this doesn't move the needle, if this isn't getting you close to your goal, by the way, before that, actually, okay, so I'll do it in order. Firstly, you got to have a goal. What's your goal? 10K, 20K, 30K. It needs to be a money goal. You can't just say, I want to travel the world, because that doesn't help. And I know how much money do you actually need to make. Whatever it is, and work it out on a monthly basis. Don't say annual, or I want to make $1 million in 10 years. Like, no. What is the monthly amount of money you need to make? As soon as you've worked out that, what is your goal, right? Then you work out your 5 daily action steps. Or action tasks. These are things you do every single day. You do it for a week, then you analyze. You work out exactly what you did well, exactly what you could improve, and then you change the actions due to that. Now, you might be asking, does it have to stay as 5? No, it does not. This is just for the first week, it stays as 5. I have about 30 actions I need to do every single day, but I only built my way up to that, or more than that, about 50. But the only way I built myself up was by starting with 5. If you do any more than 5, you're just going to overcomplicate it. For the first week, just stick to 5 action steps. It can be 1 TikTok video, 1 YouTube video, 1 Telegram channel voice note in my Telegram channel, 1 watching a YouTube video, maybe, right? Watching one of my YouTube videos, whatever, or going on my Instagram. Then I sign up to a coaching. Maybe that's your 5 action steps. You do that for a week. Is it getting you close to your goal? What is your goal? 10K a month. Have you made at least 2.5K? No. Well, then let's change it or increase the volume. As soon as you've worked out that the answer is no, and that you're not getting as close to your goal in the time period you want to as you want, well, then you can do 2 things. You can either increase the volume, meaning let's say one of them was post a YouTube video. You can start posting 3 videos a day and see if that improves it. Or B, you can change the action. So instead of posting a video, you post a TikTok video. Instead of posting a TikTok video, you post a video on Rumble. Instead of doing that, you post 10 Instagram stories instead of posting a Rumble video. Whatever. You can change it and improve it. You can do both, actually. So let's say right now, those were your 5 action steps that I just spoke about. The YouTube thing. Well, firstly, you increase the amount of YouTube videos. You start doing 3 YouTube videos. Then secondly, on top of that, you see that the YouTube videos aren't performing well. So you change the titles, you change the thumbnails, and you change the things that you're talking about in the YouTube videos. Boom. Now you try these new 5 action steps, or it can be new 7 action steps. Don't do more than 10 in your second week, but you do maybe 5 or 10 action steps in the second week. Has it improved? Okay, it still hasn't improved. Analyze, adapt. This will take you max a month to see some considerable progress if you're actually doing everything I said. I guarantee it will not take you more than a month. Literally more than a month. Won't take you more than 30 days to actually see considerable progress. What I mean by that is if you're trying to get to 10K, it won't take more than a month to get to 2.5K in 1 week, which means you're on track to make 10K. So, wrap up. That's exactly what you need to do. Now, I do have a service I sell. However, I'm not going to try and sell you on this video. However, you can tap on the pinned comment, or it'll be the top comment, because I can't even pin them because I'm not even verified or whatever. It'll be the top comment. You can tap on that. It's my link tree. Inside my link tree, you'll see I've got a Telegram channel. You see I've got a free school. You see I've got a free strategy call that you can book one-to-one with me. You see I've got a TikTok. You see I've got an X. Don't get confused. Just do one of these two things. You can either book a free strategy call with me through Calendly. You can either message me on Instagram, or you can join my free school. I recommend doing all three, but I'll see you on the other side, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.